In this video, we'll be hunting a box of nickels. We'll be looking for any older nickels from before 1960, including war nickels or buffaloes or anything older. We'll also be looking for any foreigns, proofs, heirs or varieties, or any other cool things we can find. We do have one ender in this box. It is this nickel right here. It's a 1955, and we'll see what mint it's from when we get to that roll. I'm excited. Let's start the hunt, and I'll bring you in when we have our first find. Roll number 5 is going to have our first couple finds. First was that ender. I thought it was a 55, but it was actually a 1953. It's minted in Denver. And then this coin, I already saw the obverse. It was on this side at first. It's a Philadelphia, and it's a 1950. 1950 Philadelphia is a semi-key date, and I don't find them very often, so it's an awesome find. Roll number 9 had a couple more older Jeffersons. First one is our first from the 40s and oldest of the box, a 1940 out of Philly. And then another from the 50s, a 54 out of Denver. Roll 14, and we have the first foreign nickel of the box. Looks like it's going to be a Canadian. Yep, and it's from 1995. Roll number 15, and we have a pretty deeply scratched 1957 out of Philly. Next roll 16, and we have a 40s Jefferson, and this one's a 1946 out of Denver in pretty decent shape. Roll 18, another 50s nickel, and this one is a 1958 minted in Denver. Roll number 20, another nickel from the 40s, and it's a 1949 Denver. Roll 21, and we have a 1959 out of Denver. Roll 22, and the box is staying hot with the older Jeffersons because I just pulled out our first 30s. It's just a common 1939 out of Philly. That's still a good find. Roll 24, another 40s Jefferson, and this one is a 1947 out of Philly. Roll 27, and we have a 1949 nickel out of Philly. Roll 28 was a good roll because it had 3 finds. First was a 1991 Canadian. Second was a 1948 out of San Francisco, which is a better date. And then the third is a pretty beat up 1952 out of Philly. Roll 30, and we have another 50s find, and this one is a 1957 out of Denver. Just picked up roll 32 and turned it over. We do have another 50s ender, and this one's going to be a 1954. See if there's anything else in the roll. The 1954 ender roll came with another find. The ender was this 1954, pretty beat up, out of Philly, and it came with a 1959 out of Denver. Next roll, yet another 50s nickel, and this one's another 1952, minted in Philly. Roll 34 will continue the streak of finds with a 1940 out of Philly. Next roll, yet another find, and this one is a 1948 out of Philly. This box has been great for older Jeffersons, but I'm hoping for something better, like a silver or buffalo. Roll 36, we have the third foreign of the hunt, and this one's another Canadian from 1998. Next roll 37, yet another find, and this one's another 1940, but it's minted in Denver. Roll 45 has a couple more finds. First is another foreign from Canada from 1996. Then we have yet another 1959 out of Denver. Roll 49 had a couple more 50s Jeffersons. First is a pretty destroyed 1954 San Francisco, and then the next one is just a 1955 out of Denver. Nickel box has been hunted, so let's go over the finds. We ended up getting 14 S-mints, 4 foreigns, all were Canadian from the 90s, from 91 through 98. Then we did get 2 2009s, and both are from Denver. Older Jeffersons, we did pretty good. We did get a 1939 Philly. Then a couple of the key finds, this 48S was about 11 million minted, and then the best find at the box was this 1950 Philly semi-key date. Unfortunately, we didn't get any silver or buffaloes, but either way, we did well in the older Jeffersons, so it was still a good hunt.